Hi people, how are you doing? We are on Q&A today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. When you get here, let me know you're here. It's a nice weather here. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. At least my iPhone will not overheat. So bring your questions. I'll be here with the answers. I'm gonna be waiting for you to join in. As you do, I'm gonna go get a bottle of water, and then I can come back and we start receiving those questions. Bring every question that you have that you think I am in a capacity to answer you. When you get here, just comment here. When you join in, comment in, okay? So let's do this. It's a little bit cloudy here, so I won't be so much visible. Let me try and use this magic here. Yeah, when you get here, comment in. Hi, Esther. Um, yeah, join in, join in, join in. And when you get here, just comment here or in. Let me grab a bottle of water and prepare your questions. Go ahead and type your questions. What did I do? Thank you, Tyrus. Let me grab some water. I hope it doesn't rain. And continue to write your questions. I'll be back momentarily. I am right back. What are your questions, guys? Let me go through them. I don't see any question. Yes, I am fine. I am doing good. I am here for questions. If you have questions, that's why I am here. Any question you want to ask me, Ruth Mumbi. So your question is, kuna kitu inanisumbua hapa. Your question is, I lost it. My question is, if I want to apply as a single parent and my kids' document have the father's name. My friend, are you new here? Wewe ni mugeni hapa? Because we have talked about this for 3 years. It can bring an issue. So what you need to do is to get a consent letter from the dad. And I hope you have one green card. It is to get a consent letter from the dad to allow you to travel with the kids to the United States. Thank you, Michael. Next question, guys. Next one. So when I do a Q&A session, people don't ask questions. They want to come into my inbox and ask questions. I cannot be able to answer to everybody individually. That's why I do a video, so that I can be able to reach out to many. And when you ask a question, it doesn't have to be necessarily your question. It can help another person, okay? Hi, Lina. How are you doing? So go ahead and type a question. Please, if you come into my inbox, I cannot. And I'm gonna put it clear, I cannot, because there is no way I'm gonna sit down to answer 100 people simply because they wanna be in the inbox. They don't wanna ask questions in the video. Hi, Ekiasa Media. Greetings from Kampala. How are you doing? How is Uganda? And what is good in Kampala? Tell us a little bit about Kampala. So, any more question? Can you help someone to get a sponsor and how much can it cost? What type of sponsor? What type of a sponsor? Are you talking about the tax thing, sponsorship? Please write down so that I can answer you. Green card winner. I don't know anyone who sells sponsorship. And if you can go through Shiko Hope, or there is this lady, I did tag, I did pin her link and Shiko Hope's link on my video that I did how to find a, or why it is hard to find a host in America. At the top of that video, on the comment section, you're gonna find those two links for Fins Abroad and for that other lady, I can't remember her website, but she helps people to get those documents. If you can go and talk to her, I don't know how much she charges, but I know she does that. She connects people with hosts, okay? She can do that. I think also she hope can connect you to get a sponsor if you need one. So if you can go and ask that question or text that question to Fins Abroad, they will be able to give you an answer, okay? I don't know how much they charge. I would be lying to tell you I know, I don't. Yeah, everywhere we have, she's saying Kampala is so hot nowadays. It is everywhere, like weather has changed, everywhere. Everywhere. Global warming is catching up with us. Next question. Swali jingine or swali lingine. Tell me about trucking business that is driving, and what's your take about it for an immigrant. Tell me about trucking business and what is your take about it. We did a video whereby that question was asked again, and I said trucking business, if you want to get into trucking business, you need to buy a new truck, which is couple hundreds of thousands in US dollars. If you don't want to buy an old truck that's gonna be making you to go look for money to fix it, then you have to go all in and get a loan for a new truck. In order for you to be approved for a new truck, you need to have a very good credit score and also an income that can support that you will be able to pay back the loan, because they're gonna be like 300,000. So about trucking business is profitable if you are using a new truck, a truck that doesn't fall sick every single week, and then all the money that you have made gonna go into mechanical fixing. Okay, so being an immigrant here and going for a loan for 3,000 is not that easy, because they need to see your credit score. You don't have no credit score when you are an immigrant. It has to take you like 1 year or 2 years down the line to be able to get a truck that is new. God above all, my host is in Oregon, and I want to continue with my heavy equipment operator. Is it possible? I believe it is possible because it is available. Anything is available. If it is available in America, it is available in Oregon and every other state. Essie truck business is meant to start as a driver. Is it a good idea to join in? Thanks. Do you mean to be hired as a driver? Let me tell you, to be a truck driver here in America, you need to take a course, a 3-month course to be trained as a truck driver. That course goes for over 5K American USD. So you cannot just come and be able to go in because you don't even have the 5,000, assuming you are settling down. You need to settle down first and then think about becoming a truck driver. You don't just become a truck driver in America. You go for a training that costs you 5,000 USD. So it is a process. You can become a truck driver, but then it is a process. When you are a driver, you are an employee at a 1099 because they don't make you to pay taxes. Sometimes they hire you as an employee, that is a W-2. I don't even know if you get this. A W-2 is an employee who is paying, or whose their income get charged the taxes before it gets to them. A 1099 is someone who is a contractor, meaning they don't get their taxes deducted before they get paid. They get all their money and then they decide how much they are going to pay for taxes according to their expenses. That is the difference between becoming a W-2 person or employee in America and a 1099 contractor. Did you get it? So, being an employee, it all gonna depend with how much you are getting paid in 2 weeks. For example, the person who is employing you as a driver of trucks might be paying you like 800 in 2 weeks, or 800 a week. No, 800 a week. So in 2 weeks, you're gonna be making 1,600. That way, you won't be making a big difference like how you would have become a 1099 or you own the truck. It all depends how you go in. Hopefully, I answered your question. Good to see you, Karamurithi. We are having a Q&A today. Hello, Esther. Today I got you. Happy to see you. Thank you so much, Shiro. Tabitha is asking, hi, Essie. Is it easy to come to USA with a visiting visa, then change it to a work visa Is it allowed? No, it is not allowed. You cannot even do that. It is very illegal for a person who came here with a B1, B2 to come here and start working. They can only work illegally, okay? Okay, then what's available opportunities for new immigrants? I have done multiple videos to say what you can do when you are new here in America. I'm just gonna touch a few. Like, if you ever knew that you are coming to America, teach yourself these technical jobs. Teach yourself these easy courses. People think for you to be to survive in America or to get a good pay in America, you need a very big course. That is not true. Imagine the courses that people despise in Africa are the courses that give people money in America. For example, let's say you know how to braid hair. My friend, in America you will make good money. Let's say you know how to do mechanical work, that is, you work on cars. My friend, you will make good money. Let's say you know how to do, but let me clear this. If you want to do mechanical work as a professional, or you want to make it a career in America, you might have to go back to school here, get a certificate or a diploma. It doesn't cost you much money. You might, much time. You might go in for like 6 months or 9 months and get the certificate, not because you don't know how to go about it, but because you have to be recertified to be hired by big companies. For example, let's say you want to make it a big company, or you want to make yourself a big company. That way you will have to go back to a community college. A community college is a college that is not like a university. A community college can give you short courses, unlike a university where you might have to do a degree. You get it? Or a bachelor's degree. So community college can give you a diploma. It can give you a diploma, or it can give you a degree in a degree, like a short degree, like 4 years, like a nursing. Like you can go in there and train yourself to become a certified mechanical engineer. It might take you 2 years, or it can take you even 9 months, depending with. And here is where we go wrong. People will tell you that when you come to America, you need to recertify yourself. You need to recertify your course, but they don't tell you this. Once you go to a community college or any college, they're gonna give you something we call a placement test. You are here and you want to show that you've been to the college and you did this degree in mechanical work. So they need to prove indeed you did that in college. What do they ask you? They ask you to do a college placement test, or they will give you a test that starts with elementary, it goes to the high school, it goes to the college level. They're gonna test you on those areas because your degree, the diploma you wanna get, has to have certain courses. So they're gonna test you on these courses to prove that indeed you are on college level. Sijui kama unaelewa. Are you getting the point? They will test you to prove that you are on college level, and that is where they're gonna place you. That is where they're gonna take you. I keep on dropping my water. That is where they're gonna take you moving forward. So when you sit for the placement test and you prove that you scored 80% on the courses that you did as a mechanical engineer, they're gonna give you very few courses to do, and then they certify you. Not everybody gonna go to the school and be there for 9 months or 2 years. No, it depends with that person's capacity to show that indeed they are on this level. Okay? So those are some of the few courses that you can come with here and pursue. As a new immigrant, you cannot be on the road doing Uber. You don't even know how to use the highways. You don't know how to use the roads. People don't know that there is a very huge difference between knowing how to drive a car and knowing how to follow each country's rules on the road. I went to London just the other day and I got a ticket sent to me. They sent me a violation ticket. Why? Because in London, most of the roads have very, they have the minimum, not the minimum, they have very low speed. And I'm used to driving in America where we drive at a speed, and most of the roads, like the highways, we don't have stop signs. In London, they have stop signs. So every section in London comes with a certain speed. It was raining, I can't even see nothing. It was raining, so I got a ticket sent to my house because I gave my address when I went to hire a car. So you cannot be an Uber driver as a new immigrant in America. You will get so many tickets. But down the line, you can become an Uber driver. Another thing that you can do as a new immigrant, please, if you know down the line you would want to become a professional cleaner, once you get to America, just go and find a job for housekeeping where they hire people without no knowledge, no past experience or nothing. You don't even to lie that you used to be a cleaner in Kenya or a cleaner in Uganda or South Africa. All you need to go in there, apply for a cleaner, say you have zero experience. They're gonna train you for 2 weeks whether you have experience or not, because the experience happened outside America. Go in there and go do like a housekeeping in a hospital. You don't have to be there for a whole year. You can be there for 6 months and you get the experience of becoming a professional cleaner. After 6 months, you can set your company going. That way, you know how to use the apps here. You have a phone, you have a smartphone that can do all these things. You know how to navigate. You know how to go to a certain address without no, you know what I mean? Like you have been here enough to get to understand the language. Sometimes when you come here, you can't even communicate with people. Why? Because the gedongo is gedongoing. Because the English here is totally different. The words are used differently. And you get to see that you're having difficulty expressing yourself. Sometimes the accent is so heavy on you. Sometimes we think like it is just us with the accent, but it is both of the people, both parties. For example, Wazungus have an accent. The Black American have an accent. It is so hard to understand an accent. One mistake I did when I came here is to join college as a fresher in America. And when the teacher was explaining things, I couldn't get it. I was there physically, but I couldn't even get why people are laughing. The teacher is giving an experience they had kayaking. Right now, I can track back what the teacher was saying and I would get the clear story. But back then, I wouldn't get even words. Like, I didn't even know what is kayaking. I heard that word that first day the teacher was talking about kayaking, how they went kayaking and what happened with the whole family, blah, blah, blah. So sometimes the language is a challenge. So choose where you don't need to talk so much. To be able to be an Uber driver in America, you must know the roads, how to navigate, and how to listen to the GPS without checking, because your eyes need to be on the road. You don't want to destroy your Uber app rating. Okay, so there are many jobs that you can do, but choose your jobs wisely, because they're gonna determine where you get in the next few months. When do they certainly start interviews for DV winners? They start interviews following a chronological order. They don't just start interviews for everybody, but they will start interviews. Let's say for the winners. The reason as to why they don't continue with previous year green card after September is because they are supposed to close it September 30th and start taking in the winners of the previous year, which is now this year green card. For example, last year was 2023. They're gonna be processing 2024. 2023 is the 2024. So they do start taking interviews somewhere from October. They close and they start. There is no time to waste. But the first people like the first numbers, the people who have the lowest numbers, they get called first. So it depends with your number, that is when they gonna call you. But here is what I tell people: get ready and stay ready. Stop saying that I cannot send in my DS to 60 because they're gonna call me when it is my time. What if they call you and something comes up? You know life is unpredictable. You cannot predict life. The best way to approach life is to always be ready ahead of time, so that you have a time frame that is idle that you can use in case it needs to be used. When you immigrate, when are you allowed to invite your parents? When you migrate with green card, you can invite your parents anytime. Anytime. There is no specific time that you should call them. You can call them after 1 year, you can call them after 2 years. It doesn't have a time frame. Next question, guys, and like my video, please. Please, please, please. When you get here, like my video even before you start listening. Next question. I hope I did not skip any question. Any question, more questions. Next question. Next question. So, as we wait for the next question, let me talk about spousal visa. How you can file for, it is allowed for you to be here. For example, let's say you want green card and you had a boyfriend back home or a girlfriend back home and you were not able to add them on your case. Once you come here as a green card holder, you can be able to petition for them. However, and this is why I advise people, if you know you're gonna apply for green card, please make sure if you have someone somewhere, even though you are not married, like legally, officially married, please include them on your case, because it's gonna take a lot of time to petition for them. It's gonna cost you money to petition for them, because you pay for every form that you're gonna apply through the USCIS, that is the Department of Immigration. Instead of you costing yourself so much money paying for these forms. For example, when I petitioned for my dad, which is a different case, I was supposed to pay for like 3 forms, different forms. Not a single form is below 400 USD. You don't want to go through this. Also, the processing time is very long. Right now, they told me the processing time for my dad was 6 months. Is it 6 months indeed? No. It hasn't gone through yet. Why? Because the immigration department is very busy processing cases. There are other cases that are given first priority, like the army people, they get first priority. So our cases take forever. You don't want to be here waiting for your wife or your spouse forever and there's nothing you can do. Include them in the first or the initial application, okay? So what I was saying is that you can still petition for them, but it will take you money and it will take you a lot of waiting. Let's go back to the questions. Guy, can they stop cutting grass right now? So, hi Essie, how much? Okay, Essie, would you advise someone who is already doing a PhD in Kenya to get a student visa and come to US for masters? Oh yes, big time. I have so many collegians friends here who came here to do PhD. Others came here to do a degree. Others came here to do, if you've been to college, you can apply to come to America to do a degree. If you've been to a university, you can apply to come to America to do a master's. And examples of universities that can bail you out, that you can go through, is a university called Oral Roberts in Oklahoma. You can apply and they will easily take you through the process. I don't know if you go to the university's name. It is called Oral, R-A-L, Roberts, like in R-O-B-E-R-T-S, university. I'm going to repeat again. Oral as in O-R-A-L-S. No, O-R-A-L. And then Roberts is R-O-B. No. R-O-B-E-R-T-S. Roberts. Okay? So, Oral Roberts University. It is based in Oklahoma. If you have been to university, you can be qualified to go there and do master's degree. I have so many people. Collegians are very wise, by the way. Colleges, no wonder they are now ruling Kenya. They are very wise. Don't underestimate collegians. They see very far. And I have so many students here. So, yeah, you can come and do masters. That was the question. We go to the next question. Someone is asking, Dennis Muturi, hi SC, how much is CNA salary? CNA salary depends with, are you working as a private caregiver or are you hired by a company? If you're hired by a company, it's gonna range from $15 all the way to $30 per hour, and you work 40 hours a week. So without overtime, you can calculate that and see how much you're gonna be making per month. I hope I answered your question. And Natalia is asking, can you invite, for example, me to come to the United States? Natalia, I would really want to invite people, but can I invite everyone who wants me to invite them? Can even they get approved if it is the same person inviting 1,000 people? No. That is why I don't invite people. And if I had the power to do that, my friend, I would do that. I would start with my whole clan. They would be here. This also, on that point, goes to the people who get conned in the name of, I can take you to America. Ask yourself, why is that person taking you to America and you pay them to take you to America, yet their whole generation is there? Can you ask them who is their grandmother there and hasn't visited America? Can you ask them who is their siblings there and they haven't visited America? Why am I here, just me? The only person I have survived to welcome here is my father. Why? Even if I give you an invitation letter and it doesn't have a concrete reason as to why I want you to come and visit me, they won't give you a visa. I do not have any power to give you a visa. I can give you an invitation letter, but it won't make you get the visa. Do you get me? Because I'm a very small person in America to make the embassy to give you the visa. The visa is the ticket to America. It is not the air ticket. It is not about the invitation letter. It is not about the passport. Visa is the ticket to America. Did you get that point? Right, let's go on with the next question. So, at what point do you apply and pay for the SSN? Okay, let me go with the order. Okay, we are now on Owen Maketo. Is it Jesus? Owen Maketo. Is it possible to get an apartment upon arrival if you have enough money for rentals? The answer is big no. Why? Because most rentals, they require to see your credit score. Nowadays, I'm going to give you a good example, like a real life example. And I tell you, we always go with facts. I had a rental that I sub-rented. I'm not going to give details because I don't want it to be for reasons. So I sub-rented to a person. Now the rental is going off, or the lease is expiring in July, just 1 month too. Here you get a lease of 1 year, or you can get a month to month, which they apply 5% of the rent to you. Like that is, if it was supposed to be 2,000, they're gonna apply 5% on to the 2,000 so that you can live month to month. Okay, month to month means you are not on any lease. You can vacate that house anytime you want. The only thing you need to do is to give them a 30 days notice. So I had a rental that I subleased to a person, and the lease is expiring this July, next month. And then I called the company and I told them, I want to leave this or to transfer this lease to this person because I want to get off the lease. I don't need the house anymore. Do you know they had to run the credit score of that person, and they called me and told me he does not qualify. Remember, he's already in the house, and we've been paying, or I subleased it to him, and I did let the company know the person is there and he's gonna be paying the lease. So they said he does not qualify. His credit score is very low. He cannot qualify for leasing the house. So what does he need to do? Vacate or get a person who can co-sign for him. Back to your question. Can I get a rental if I have money on arrival to America? No, no, no. Unless you find your host or a person who is already in America with a credit score and they can co-sign. What does co-sign mean? It means that person is getting into your lease as a co-lease holder. Okay? So whenever that person gets into the lease, it means their credit score gonna be ran, and it means their credit score was committed to that purpose. Do we have people who want to do that? Because the minute you commit someone else's credit score, it means the credit score went down with some points, because it can show, or it can show the impact on their credit history. So that is why people don't want to co-sign. They want to host you for 3 months and then let you go and be on your own with your own credit score and everything. Why don't people want their credit score to be on someone else's record? Because if you mess up, if you say, I'm not going to stay here anymore, I want to move, I want to break the lease, you have now messed up that person's credit score for life. Okay? I hope now you understand. It's not about the money. Please like the video. At what point do you apply and pay for the Social Security? Yeah. At what point do you apply and pay for the SSN? The Social Security, you can arrive here in America today, and tomorrow you go to a Social Security office and apply for the Social Security. Social Security is not even, I don't know if we pay. I don't have a phone I can check. I cannot remember. We are talking about 10 plus years ago. But I don't know if we pay, but if we do, it is not a lot of money. Thank you, Faith Jockey. So we have another question. Kindly advise me. I and my wife are not officially married. Can I fill DV lottery application? Thank you. Can I fill the DV lottery application and the DS260? I don't get your question. I don't get your question because I explained about why you should not say you are single when applying for the initial application, when doing the initial application for the DV lottery. Why you should not say you are single if you have a wife, whether you are married or officially or not. You should include them. If I did not answer you, please rephrase your question in a better way. All right. Thank you, Kiasa Media. You are doing a good job. Thank you. Hi, Tumusange Joseph. Hi. How do I come to America through employment? Can I apply directly? I'm going to refer you to a video I did about how and you can apply a visa, not just a visa, a green card through employment. It is I think the latest video I did, or 2 videos back that I did. Please go there because it is a very detailed information, a very nutritious information, a very rich information that you need to understand step by step what you need to do and what you do not need to do. If I start talking about it right here, it's gonna be a topic and a whole new topic. My first time video to watch of yours is that visa interview process was full of laughter with my daughter and wife. Thank you. Hi. Okay. Yeah, I talked about how you can apply for a green card, a work-based green card. It is on my YouTube. Please go there and sit down with popcorns and a cup of tea without no distraction and listen every single word, because it's gonna guide you and you will be able to understand if you can qualify or not. On that note, I would want to touch about something someone texted me. They went to get a green card, they won green card, and they were hoping to go or to come here through a work experience instead of a high school diploma. There is something I would want people to understand. Please, my people, we are in 2024, not 2004, not 1984, not 1994. Guys, you have to wake up. Hii life, you have to ngangana. This life, we have to work extra hard because things are moving very fast. There is what we call work experience when you win green card. But I have also done on my YouTube the work experience that qualify to bring you here if you win green card instead of you presenting a diploma. There are so many people or a high school diploma degree or a high school certificate. There are so many people who win green card but they don't have a high school diploma or degree. What you need to do, guys, you need to wake up. Please, wake up. Hii life inataka we work overtime. We have to work overtime for you to survive in this life. The life is kind of like taking us marathon. We are no longer walking. If you're walking in 2024, you will not make it. You have to run. So you win green card and or you apply green card or you have a vision to come to America through green card. Please, you have to advance your skills. You have to add on your skills list. Go back to school. Do that high school diploma. There are so many places you can go and sit for an exam for high school. That way, you won't be limited looking for work experiences that will be disqualified at the visa interview, and you will feel frustrated. You will kind of like have wasted a lot of your money paying for the interview, paying for the medical, and then getting very frustrated. Be willing in 2024 moving forward to add on your skills. You have to be very much intentional. You have to limit the reasons for them to deny you the visa. Go back to school, pay that amount because it is easier to pay an amount to sit for the high school diploma or high school living certificate than you wasting a lot of money paying at the embassy and then getting disqualified. You have also wasted like $100,000 or $200,000. Why don't you use the same to go back to school and you only need one person in your family? If it is the husband who is easily who can easily get who easily understands education, let them go and sit for high school diploma. That way your family has one person with a high school diploma which can be used as the principal applicant, and you present to the embassy and get the green card approved. My friends, you have to wake up. That one is not a place. You do have to wake up. Okay, let's go to the next question. I already now answered Gitoga that, hi, Essie Wakago, what about DV people who don't have certificate? Yes, I answered you. Yes or no, Mr. Gitonga? What about M1 visa? No, there is no age limit for applying for DV lottery. There is no age limit for applying for DV lottery when it comes to being old. But to being young, you have to be 18 and above. Okay? And for you to qualify to come here with your parents, you have to be below 21 years of age. Okay? If you are 22, you have to come here on your own. Ati, hi, Essie. I saw someone asking about M1 visa. Can you say the full name for M1 visa? What does it stand for? I don't have all the visas in my head. There are so many. I will answer you once you write it down in full. Hi, Essie. What is your opinion on study? That is Eunice. What is your opinion on study visa for both parents and come with children? Here is what I know about F1 visa or study visa. When you come with your children here, my friend, you're gonna be here with your kids, and I don't even think they're gonna give you the visa or all of them together, but sometimes they do. In fact, I came to realize you can come here to study with your whole family. Trade courses, for trade courses or technical courses. Okay. You can come here to study with your whole family. But if your spouse and yourself are in school, remember you're gonna be on full-time school. You won't have time to go and hustle. You still need to support your kids that you came with. They need someone to be with. They need daycare. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be very rough because you have to keep up with schoolwork, and you have to be in school, and you have to retain a good standing in school. It's gonna be hard. It is doable, but it's gonna be very rough. So, thank you for explanation on the question on getting an apartment. Just a follow-up, how long does it take to build a credit score? That's gonna take you around 6 months. It's gonna take you around 6 months. But if you get a job here that can show income, because you have to show income and you also have to show credit score. If you get a job here, within 3 months you will have a job. You can show them the pay stubs. And then I actually got an apartment after 6 months by someone co-signing for me, yet I had a show of income because my credit score could not qualify me to get, still it couldn't qualify me to get an apartment. So my host stepped in. So trade courses, all technical courses. How can you get what? Esther Njoki, let me go back to the first question. You asked me, did you retract the message? And Cecilia, how are you doing? Okay, Esther Njoki, you wanted to know if M1 is for trade courses, all technical courses. I think you asked me, I cannot find your initial question, but I think you asked me if it is easy or it is possible to come with it here. This is what I would tell you to do. Always go to the website and apply. The worst that you can hear from them is that you did not qualify. Never ever think that there is a do's or don'ts or maybe fear when you are too far from it. Just go and apply and show your skill, certificate, and just wait from them to hear from them. If they say no, it cannot kill you. If they approve it, then you benefit from it. While filling the DV lottery application, there is where they ask married or single, my friend. Oh, you are not getting the point. You are not getting the point. You are not getting the point. You are missing the point. I don't know if you are listening to understand or you are listening to ask a question. Hi, Essie. Can you leave kids with an 18-year-old in the house? Yes, you can. 18-year-old is someone who has qualified to take care of the little ones. Yes, you can do that. I have answered you about that question about married and single like 3 times. Please pay attention or go back to this video and listen to what I said. Please. Next question. We are doing just fine. Next question, please. I don't want to keep on repeating the same questions because there are people who will come back here and watch. Which state pays more for CNA working in hospitals? Sometimes it is not about the state. It is about how you are working. Okay, I think I missed the last word. Pays more for a CNA working in hospitals. First of all, for you to work in a hospital, they need to train you. You need to be a CPA. They call them CPA. They don't even call them CNA. They call them PCA, patient care, assistant. PCA, patient care assistant. Yeah, that is what they call them in hospital. Most of the time, they will have to train you. So when you get trained in a company, they pay you the base. I mean, not the base, the lowest, or where they start, because you don't have experience. They trained you. They know that they trained you. They just trained you. You don't have no experience. So it all depends with the hospital, whether it's private or it's public. It's a public hospital. So many factors can affect the pay. Experience, private or public hospital, and whether you are there through the hospital or you are there through an agency. Okay? And about the state that pays more for CNA working in hospitals, let me tell you, the highest, the states that have a higher cost of living, they also pay good than the states that have low cost of living. Share with me your email. Mine is a little bit more personal regarding a scholarship I have gotten from Seattle College Foundation Scholarship. My email address is always esiwakago@gmail.com. What the retirement age in USA? 65 years. And some people still work when they are retired. They go and get a job. Retiring is a personal thing, but when they call you a retiree is when you are 65 plus. Hi Essie, which medical is mandatory at IOM, which can't be done in government facilities to cut costs, especially with a big family? The only medical requirement or shot that you have to take at the IOM is the American shots, like the flu. I don't think Kenya or Africa do the flu shots. So I think that one is mandatory. I did give a list on another video, the list of medications that are required at the IOM. Please go back there, look at the list, and then you will get to know which one I said you have to take from the IOM. One of them is the flu, because a flu is something that circulates here in America certain month, and you don't require it if you are traveling certain month. Please go back there and watch the video, because it has certain month that you can get it and certain month that you can get an exception. All right? I did O-level and later a university certificate 1 year in business administration. Do we have university certificate, my friends? Do university do certificates, or that is a college level thing? Because I think people go to university to advance from college, which college offers diplomas and certificates. Do you go to a college to do a certificate again? I only know a degree in certificate in university. Later did 2 years diploma in business administration and currently working as sales executive. Can I qualify for DV? Jesus Christ. Are you new here, my friend? You must be very new here. Do you know you need to understand what is the minimum qualification to apply for green card? Do you know? Can you answer that question? What is the minimum qualification to apply for green card? Because it is not the university, it's not the college. There, you need to understand, you must be very new here. You need to understand what you need to apply for a green card lottery. You are not required to have any further education other than high school, okay? All right. Next question, guys. Next question. Ekiasa Media, please subscribe to my channel because you seem to be very new. There is a free visa sponsorship jobs in USA. Is it true to this website? Which website? What website? What website? Guys, you need to understand there are so many scams. The world knows how desperate people are to come to America or to go to first world countries. So, any website that you will ever go to and it doesn't say US.gov, it is not a US website. It is not. It is not. Any school website will have the school website, not a personal website, not any other company website. It has to have the school website at the school. not at Gmail. No school gonna come with a Gmail. It's gonna come with the school website. For example, I used to attend a college that is called St. Louis Community College. The website to that school was stl.edu. It cannot be a Gmail or a .com or any other personal or any other web. It has to be the school web. What website, Tabitha? I don't know. That is a general question. Is it true to this website that say there is a free visa sponsorship jobs in USA? Which website? Next question, guys. Next question. I'm waiting. We are doing so good. So far so good. Yeah. Next question. Next question, guys. Swali jingine. Uko na swali jingine. Okay, is it? Oh. I don't want to hide the screen. Guy, ni sioni. I cannot even see the. Okay. Any more questions, guys, or we do close the video? Any more questions? And please don't bring the questions in my inbox. Please make use of this video because I cannot be answering people personally. It's a lot of time and sometimes we don't have that time. That's why we do general videos. Hi Marcy, how are you doing? We are here for Q&A. Questions, any question is welcome. As long as this video lasts. I hope it is not too loud for you guys. Someone is doing yard. If I have no certificate of education and I'm in the late 30s, being a derivative, can I get a course to do? If you don't have certificate, for what, my friend? When you ask questions, be very clear. And that is another thing. That is another quality that so many people don't have. Asking clear questions, direct to the point. If I have no certificates of education, so from where, my friend? Because you might lack a certificate in class 8, you might lack a certificate in Form 4, you might lack a certificate in high school. What do you mean college? Which certificate? From what level? So that I can advise you correctly or accordingly. Age is not even a definition of if you should go to college or not. My friend, you can study as old as you are, even if you are 60. And I keep on telling you guys, I had a very close friend who died 2 years ago. She came here when she was in her late 50s, but she still went back to school and completed a diploma in early childhood education. So there is no age limit. She graduated when she was 60 something. So you cannot use age as an excuse to go back to school. If you want to go back to school, you can go back to school at whatever age. All right, and it is very normal here in America. And is it true that best jobs for single parents with kids? I have talked about that 1 million times, but I'm gonna go through them. The best jobs for single mothers to do here in America, one of them is doing foster care, second of them is doing a shared living job, third of them is becoming self-employed like Essie Session, doing the dirty jobs, because you are a mother, because you have to support your kids, because you can qualify to sit in an office and do a very nice job that pays you half of what you can get when doing dirty jobs, simply because you have to support your kids. You have to be there for your kids. Your schedule cannot match to be an employee. You cannot become an employee because you have to watch your kids, and you are the only person who is there physically to do everything financially, and to also do everything physically, emotionally, and everything all combined. All right? Those are just but a few. Yes, I knew you were a new person here at Kiasa Media. Please go back to my videos and get to learn a lot. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I could tell you are new. What have you applied on your hair? I haven't applied anything. My hair is curly and it is natural. So it's just my hair, nothing else. I don't even have any hair lotion or nothing. I have a curly hair. My father is Somali from Karatina. I'm good. The nurse says, you know how long did it take for the whole process? Let me tell you something. Whether you come to America as a single parent of one child or three, you are as loaded as the same. Because you are faced by all your bills. Guy, oh, nego momoto mirere ukana no. We, horia kanyamokau. When you come to America as a single parent of one child or three, my friend, your hands are as full as for the one who has one child. Why? All your bills are looking at you. Schedule, school time, pick-up time, drop-off time. My friend, it is very hectic, but it is very, very much doable if you understand and identify your lane. Always make sure you are running on your own lane. If you go to the other one, or if you change lanes because other people are doing it, my friend, you're gonna suffocate yourself. You will. So, oh, ni ahorie kanyambo gaka na nginya ndaraka huthira ni gakiriwa nireirie. Anyway, let me focus. Hello Essie, thank you. I have learned a lot. I thank God I am 2025 DV selectee. Congratulations, Caroline, and I wish you all the best. Do things before you need to do them because you will have time. That is my advice. Be positive. Focus, 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 focus. When you win green card, what you need to do every morning is to get up, thank God that you got selected, and also talk to yourself and tell yourself, I am going to America no matter what. Whether you have money or not, whether you have the sponsorship for the affidavit, I don't know what, or not, please talk to yourself every morning. Remind yourself, I am going to America and I now possess America. Every morning, possess it and come here ready to win, because you will win. You have already won. When the moment you won green card, you have acquired America. Please possess it and come here and be a big person, not just an immigrant. Okay? Tumeelewana? Come to America to become a big person, not just an immigrant who have an accent. All right, I see this question here. I see, how much do low budget cars cost, especially for someone who is a new immigrant? Imagine in America, there are cars for everybody. You don't have to go for a new car to suffocate yourself with a car note. We call it car note here. That is the car loan. You can come to America and get a car that is, okay, before COVID, we used to have very good deals. We even had cars that would go for 500, 1,000 USD. People will talk bad about the cars. They are old, oh, they do this, they do that. What you need at the beginning is not luxury. You need to ease or to make the process of settling down easy. So what you do, you go for a car that even if you are to be given some installments, you won't have to suffocate yourself with the monthly bills. For example, go for a car that is 5,000. Right now, you can... What question, KK? You don't have to be bitter. If I skipped your question, just ask it again or tell me in a nicer way. There are so many questions. I can skip it because I'm a human being. Just slow down, breathe in, breathe out, and ask the question again. I will answer your question. So, you can come here and get a car that is 5,000 because right now we have a very high rate of cars, I mean in terms of the sale price than it used to be. If you get a car that is 5,000, that car will be well maintained and it would give you problem, and you can be able to get a monthly installment or payments that are not too high. With a 5,000 car, you can get an installment of like, let's say 250 USD. It's not much because you are making like, for 2 weeks you'll be making like an average of 1,500. So if you deduct 200 from your money and 50, you still have money to use in 2 weeks. So in a month you'll be making like 3,000, the minimum. So you are still good to go. You can still sort out your bills and be not suffocated. Okay, so let me see that person who is complaining. Wacha kuruka question. KK, what did you ask? What did you ask? What did you ask? I already said, I went to the person who was ahead of you, KK. Slow down, calm down, breathe in and out. So you asked, what are the qualifications for joining army? Surprisingly, in America, they are very limited qualifications to joining the army. Almost everybody in America can join army. They don't even look at your height. I can join the army right now and I'm heading to my 40s, imagine. So there are almost no requirements to joining the US Army, unless you are maybe an age limit of like, let's say if you are more than 45, you might not be able to join the army because of your age. But sometimes when they have very high needs for people to join the army, they might, but there are very minimal requirements in America to join the army, and you don't need to bribe anybody. You just need to go there. In fact, they will reward you to become an army officer. Essie, I meant I didn't sit. See, I did. You didn't sit for what? What is the S.6? Can you ask your... I am having a very hard time understanding you. You didn't sit for what? Can you write the S word? I don't know what it means. You didn't sit for what? Okay. Rose Wajau. Hi, Essie. You were able to apply for your dad to come to the US. How easy or tough was it? Have you been able to successfully apply for your mom as well? My mama doesn't need to come here. She said she's okay back home. So I don't wrestle with people's wishes. All right? But for my dad, I first applied for him to come here to visit, and he was granted a 5-year visa. So I later applied, petitioned, not applying, petitioned for him to get a green card through me, and that is what we are waiting for. Like I said earlier, they said the process is gonna take 6 months, but they also communicated when it went past 6 months, they said it is taking longer to process. Like I said, the USCIS is a very busy department. That's why you need to include your spouse when you're applying for green card, because petitioning for them gonna take you so many days for the case to go through. Sometimes you even need lawyers for the case to go through. Why? Because you need to prove and so many other things that comes with it, and also the payments. Every single form you're gonna fill out through USCIS, it comes with a lot of dollars. For example, the form I-130 that I used to petition for my dad, that single form was going for 535 USD. A single form. I needed 3. And the total is coming up to more than 2,000, you know, because even the biometrics gonna be charged and everything else. It is tough. Thank you, Dennis Muturi. So the process, to answer that clearly, I applied last year in August. The case was taken in September, and it's still in process. Today makes it like the 10th month. All right, so comes next month, it's gonna be the 11th month, which I am expecting that they're gonna say something. after 11 months. So it is a lot of waiting. Some people goes even for 2 years. I'm gonna say something. Mercy, what did you ask? Mercy, umeruka maswali zangu. What maswali? Hata nimeruka ya just fat. I think I need to go back. Nimeruka mingi. Nimeruka mingi. I will have to go back. Mercy, what did you ask? Okay, Mercy asked, can I look for a job elsewhere? Please like my video, guys. Be honest, be faithful, be loyal. Mercy asked, can I look for a job elsewhere in another country as I wait for the USA process? It's taking forever because of retrogression. I would tell you yes. As a nurse, Mercy is asking this question as a nurse. Nurses can come to America. There is those websites that bring them to America, like the MedPro and other organizations or companies that bring nurses to America. But the waiting period for the process is taking forever. And Mercy is asking, can she look for a job elsewhere? Maybe in Australia, maybe in Canada, maybe in wherever. Yes, Mercy, you can do that. In fact, you can try to look for a nursing job in the UK. Maybe it will be much easier than in America because of the line or the waiting period. Please try UK and please try places like Australia, as long as you can get a legit company. The good thing about nurses coming here in America is that they get a green card and they bring their entire family and they don't pay a dime for the process. That is the best part about coming to America as a nurse. I need to go back and answer people. Best job for single parent, I did that. I see that. So Dennis Muturi, I answered your question. New member, Caroline. Hello, Essie, thank you. I have learned a lot. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Caroline. So we have Sammy. He is asking, hi, Essie, which state is the best when I migrate to the USA? My answer is always very simple. Who do you want to become when you come to USA? Are you looking to be hired to work as an employee or to work as a business person? If you are looking to become an employee, any state can fit you. But what skills do you have to make you an employer who is making enough money to live in a high-cost living states like California, Seattle, New York? By the way, New York, the entire New York is not expensive. The part of New York that is expensive is the New York City. I'm actually trying to tour New York again because there are things that I need to go do there. I need to capture some things there that I saw are very beautiful than when I went there. I didn't have enough time because I was going to Canada. So the whole of New York is not expensive. What is expensive, the area that is expensive to live in New York is the New York City. But places like Buffalo, they are very cheap to live. Very cheap and affordable. So do your due diligence, research on Google and find out what are the states that you should choose as an employee in America versus states that you should choose as a business person in America, whether an immigrant or not, okay? So when you are an employee, you have a limit of income. You can only make this much depending with the skills that you have. Every single skill comes with the payment or the income, the amount of income. So it is one thing versus the other. All right. Essie, suppose you are my host and immediately when I clear a point of entry and I go to a different host to another different state without changing my address at the point of entry, is it allowed? You will be jeopardizing your documents. Some people have lost their documents because they changed their destination from what the host, or they changed their host from the host they put when they were applying. The host you put on your DST-60, the host that gonna appear on your entire process, remember, your green card when you apply will go to that host. If it is a dirty person, because we have very evil people who have even destroyed people's green cards. Let me tell you guys, there are very evil people in this world. And documents like green cards are very, very important, like social security cards, because they're going to be sent to your address, or if you can change that when you are applying for social. But at the point of entry, you have a chance to change your host. You can change and say, my destination doesn't gonna be, or my host won't be this person, but this other person. You are not jeopardizing. I did that. I am a clear evidence. That is what I did. At the point of entry in Chicago, I can even see the corner where we were handing over the yellow envelopes, where we were standing and talking to the officer who was serving us and telling him, we won't be going to the address that appears on the file. We will be going to the address, the new address, and it is right here. We had written it somewhere. We were advised by Mr. Kegera to do that, and that is what we did exactly. God bless Mr. Kegera, because I think he was a genius, and I was a fool that was being perpetrated by him, and it was a very, very, very positive thing. You can do that. Don't jeopardize your green cards being sent to the wrong person at the wrong state, and then they will have to mail them to you. Anything might be something, and they can get lost in between. Emmanuel, what question did I miss of yours? And my question too. Let me go back. Let me go back to Emmanuel's question. Guys, bear with me. I'm looking for Emmanuel's. Hi, Essie. How much per hour for cleaning job? A cleaning job depends with, are you hired, or are you operating your own company? Every company, every person, let me tell you, never let anyone tell you how much you are worth. You can come up with how much you are worth. If I tell you how much I'm worth and you base it with me, you're gonna be earning my worth, not your worth. So if you are a hired person, you might be getting somewhere between $15 an hour all the way to maybe 20, 22, around there. So you can compare that with being self-employed, you being the owner of the company. Of course, you can't be paying someone $20 if you're earning $20, okay? That can help you. It depends. Some states have harsh weather. Some prefer good weather. California, Arizona. If you prefer good weather, my friend, whether it is a good weather state or a bad weather state, you don't live outside. You don't live in the zoo that the weather can affect you. My friend, people who live in Arizona or people who live in California, they pay for that weather. In fact, Arizona is better, but ask yourself what you want to become in life. Forget about the weather, because you can't do nothing about weather. Like if you say people like good weather, Arizona doesn't have good weather. It doesn't snow, but you're gonna die of heat stroke. It is too hot for human. The places that don't get too hot, they get too cold. The places that don't get too cold, they get too hot. You must have to deal with one of your hard. Choose your hard. There are things that don't matter in life, by the way, if you look at it this way. Weather is upon God. There are things you can control, there are things you cannot control. Do what you can. All right? Kuna vitu zinanikula hapa. Emmanuel, I answered you, I guess. See, you skipped my question hapo juu. Sami Zain, what did I skip? Zinaenda wapi? Where are they heading to? How am I skipping? Sami. I did answer you, Sami, about the best state. Okay, let's go. I answered Mercy. Essie, you skipped my question. I answered you, Sami. Is it possible for a 25-year-old to succeed with an invitation at the embassy? What invitation? Coming with what visa? Age doesn't matter. Age is not even one factor to prove to the embassy or to make the embassy see the need to give you a visa. The reason as to why you are going to America is the number one factor of them deciding if they're gonna give you the visa or not. Not how old you are, not if you are brown or whatever, not what state you are going to. No, 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 no. No. Okay. From what I have learned, you can go through. I don't know what that is. Essie, please, according to you, between Germany and USA, which is the best country to live and work? I have said so many times that if you were to be given an opportunity to live in Europe and an opportunity to live in America, choose America. Why? There is so much easiness to settle down in America than it is to settle in Europe. In Germany, one thing, you have to learn the language. In America, all you need to do is to know English. You don't even have to know standard English. All you need to know is to say yes or no, and maybe ask for water or say no English when someone talks to you. There are so many people working at Walmart today, they don't know English. All they do when you go to ask them, they are shelf stockers or they are store attendants. When you go to them to ask for something, they say, no English, no English. And you have to look for a person who speaks English. Why? Because in America, you cannot be discriminated because of your language. You cannot be discriminated because of your status. You cannot be discriminated based on your race or color, okay? So, Laxon is asking, I have noticed America is huge. I need to come over there in Texas and sell broti 50 by 100 maguta maguta. By the way, yeah, Texas is big. Texas is big. In fact, it's one of the biggest or the biggest country here in USA. And Texas, of course, I went there and I got sick of heat because there is crazy heat. Crazy one. And someone told me, if you want to visit Texas as a visitor, start hydrating 2-3 days before. That is the only way you're gonna survive the heat there. Texas is big. Texas is also an oil mining country, so there is so many people there, immigrants. You might think about Texas in terms of business, if it is me, and maybe real estate business, because if there are so many people moving there, maybe an Airbnb business can boom there. It can do so good. I'm a business-minded person, guys. Just forgive me. I think in terms of business. So whenever you mention every country, I see it, I look at it with a measure of business. But also, because I've been employed for over 6 years, I can also give an employment perspective suggestion or idea. Let's go on. We are doing so good. Questions. I think I need to go to Mr. Kigera, otherwise a lot to learn on DV lottery. To be a, Mr. Kigera doesn't teach about DV lottery, but he can apply for your DV lottery at a cost. He charges, and he can actually take you throughout the process at a charge up until when you board that flight to America. Can one find organic food, and if so, are the prices not at a premium? Yes, there are so many organic stores here in America. The first one is Whole Food. The second one is called Natural Grocers. The third one is called Sprouts Farmers Market, and so many others. And the prices are not normal. I'm not going to lie to you. You have to dig into your pocket in order to buy a meat from a grass-fed cow, a meat from a grass-fed lamb, a meat from a grass-fed goat, and also from what do we call it? Pig meat is called what? What do we call pig meat? That one. Yeah, it is a lot of money. So you can still eat healthy in America. All you need to do is to dig deeper into your pocket, or you grow your own food. You grow your own food. If you stay in a place like Texas, you can buy a land, which is not even much money. It is much money, of course. Let me not say that. I retract that. I take back my words. It's money, not something that is too much money. A pork. Thank you so much, Esther. It's not too much money, and you can live there you can maybe go there are this we call mobile homes. Even though in Texas nowadays there are so many storms, and a mobile home might not have a basement where you can go and shelter. But other than that, you can go for a mobile home. I'm coming closer to the phone because of the wind. You can go for a mobile home, stack it there. A mobile home is not that much expensive. You can buy a mobile home from 30,000 and you can stack it there and live there a very cheap life, and also be able to grow your own food, keep your own cattle, keep your own goats, keep your own pigs and chicken and all that. But point to consider, when you live in the village, or when you keep in America, when you are in a land and that land has like a number of goats, a number of chicken, it is considered an upcountry area, and the tax that you're gonna be taxed is little. That is an advantage. You won't be paying high tax like people who are in the city. So your house also, if you have a mortgage, it will be cheaper because you are living in an area and you are keeping cattle, so they kind of like subsidize or they reduce your taxes. How do we discipline children here? Let me tell you something. It does not matter from what corner you are living in the world and you have kids. Forget about the rules about how you discipline kids, and now sit down with your kids and show them how to behave. How do you show kids how to behave? By you yourself becoming the good example, a good example. You cannot tell your kids, oh, you cannot take beer. You are only in class 8 and you take beer. Your fridge is full of beer. And you are talking about them not taking beer. How now? How? They will take beer and they will take moratina. They will take wine and they will take anything that is alcoholic because you showed them it is good. That is number one of disciplining kids. Being or becoming what you want them to become first. They cannot become anything you are not. Okay? The second thing, kids don't have enough brain to make their own concrete decision or safe decisions. Sit them down, communicate to them what are the safe decisions they can make and unsafe decisions, things they can do and things they cannot do. For example, whenever I come across a crib of students causing fight or engaging in a physical war, physical fight at school, I have to show it to my kids and show them the final outcome and why they should not engage in a fight. Okay? So, it is all about molding them and you becoming what you want them to become. Kids learn more through seeing and copy-pasting. If you are a drunkard, never ever think that your child will not become a drunkard. Because the mama or the dad showed them to be a drunkard is very normal. It's very good. So how can you even shout at them telling them, oh, I was told that you went to school drunk or you are drinking at school? What else do you want them to take? Porridge? You don't take porridge. Come on. You take wine. You take beer. That is what they are taking. Okay? Essie, do you have any experience of cruise ship jobs? Yes, I do. Cruise ship jobs are there and they are legal, and allow me to do, I saw a video on Jeremy Damaris. They are on cruise to Jamaica or to Hawaii. And I saw him talk about cruise jobs. I'm going to figure out and find out how to apply them and what is the best company, because nowadays there are so many scams and people will scam you through any given opportunity. If there is something I avoid is getting people to a fake company that can scam them. And that is why I don't advertise companies. That is why I don't advertise lands, because I have to make sure that people won't be scammed through me. I would feel so bad. So let me do my due diligence about cruise ship jobs and the legal way of how to get people into cruise jobs and how they can interview and get the jobs. I will come back with a video, I promise. If I don't, keep on reminding me. The land that you said can be bought in Texas, is it farm or rural area? Roughly how much per square foot? The land in Texas. What determines the price of a land is how far it is from the city. How many minutes, how many miles from the city. And also how big the land is, and it all depends. But you can get a land, anywhere, not just Texas. Land is everywhere, up country. It is up country, but it can be 25 minutes away from the city. You can buy a land from 10,000, 20,000, and it's maybe an acre. If you can get a land going for 15,000 for, I don't like buying plots. I would like to buy a land that is 2 acres. So 2 acres can be 30,000 or 40,000, depending with the location. You can divide that with the square footage. No, I did not miss your comment. You are asking me something, the same thing throughout. Can I fill a different address in my DS260 from the place where I will be staying? I already answered that question 2 minutes ago. You can change your address at the point of entry. All right. You can change your address, put the current one where you will be going from the one that is on the file at the point of entry, so that your green cards will not be sent to the latter. Okay? Next question, guys. You missed my comment next to Samizian. I don't see your comment. What is your comment? Because I believe I have not skipped anything. Hi, Essie. Can I feel a different? Oh, yeah. Thanks for the answer. All right, more question, guys, before I go and do some TikTok videos. And you can follow me on TikTok as well, on Facebook as well. Not my Facebook page, but my Facebook account. Go follow me there. Follow me. Sometimes I post there when I'm coming live so that people can know I'll be here and so that they can prepare what we need to be doing. More questions, or we do call it a day? Ekisia Media, please retype your question. I didn't see any question. All I saw is the question that you deleted, and the other one was about Mr. Kigera, going to Mr. Kigera. All right, guys, do we call it a day? Do we call it a day, or you have more questions for today? If you don't have more questions, we can call it a day. We can call it a day. You don't have to come to America to live in the city and pay so much money. For example, this house here that I rent, I am now paying almost $2,000 US minus. Yeah, I got my lights back yesterday, 6 days later. So I pay like almost 2,000 plus bills, which makes me to have like, I live between 3,500 and 4,000 per month, including food. I was thinking if I would get a piece of land in the up country, because it doesn't make sense where you live in America, like you still gonna get the same amenities. You're gonna get a phone service, you're gonna get electricity, you're gonna get a nice road to take you to the city if you want. You're gonna get Amazon deliver you all the packages in the that you wanna order if you do. And on top of that, I will be cultivating, or I'll be farming. I will keep chicken, I will keep goats, I will keep some cattle if I want, and I will also make them graze over there. I don't even have to go and get grass for them. They gonna go there and do it. All I need to do is to build a structure for the time of cold. And if I live in Texas, I don't even need a structure that is heated. And I'll be eating organic food in America, enjoying the good schools and everything like everybody else. I think some type we are kind of like brainwashed. We have to live in the cities, whereas in the cities it is so much expensive. And people say, oh, I want to live where they have people for social life. Who told you in America you're going to socialize? I've been outside here for over an hour. I haven't seen no single neighbor. Why? Everybody is doing their thing. Everybody is in their houses. There is no like social life like you think in Africa, where you are walking and then you find a neighbor and you're like, hey, oh, hello, aku. No, here in America you just say hi and pass and go your way, your business. So there is nothing like I have to live in the city to pay for social life, to pay for having neighbors. How does that even concern me, having neighbors? How is that even promoting my life? How is that even developing my life? How is that helping me to cut my cost so that for the years that God gonna keep me here on earth, I will have been able to achieve a lot. I will have been able to make an impact. Not just to pay bills. You cannot make an impact on paying bills. You cannot make an impact on feeding your own family. Just your own family. That is not an impact. Everyone else is doing it every day. You need to do something that can help you to impact even the community, the society. That is what we call an impact. So I am thinking about so hard. I'm thinking so hard about shifting from the city life and going to settle in the village. I am thinking because I don't see any reason or any impact that I have made by living close to people, close to neighbors. They don't even know my second name. They don't even know my last name. Some can't even say my name, you know, and I'm paying so much money to live next to a person that doesn't even care, doesn't even know me, doesn't even know where I come from. They don't. So it doesn't make no sense. I can still live in the village, in the up country, drive to the city 20 minutes, and I have my own chicken. I can eat my own eggs from chickens that I just let go in the morning, and they go and hunt for themselves, eat the grass, and they come back and lay eggs that are healthy. And you know, if you can eat eggs like every day on your meal, you are getting the most nutritious thing in your life. Yeah? So eggs are not dangerous. Eggs don't cause, what do we call it? They call eggs cause cholesterol. It is a lie. So back to my point. People, when they hear the mention of Canada, they right away, Toronto. People, when they hear about America, it has to be somewhere in the city. I have to be where people reside. Who said that? Why? For what reason? For what benefits to you? You gotta learn that this life is about you and you alone. That is the only way to win. How much do I deal with the language barrier? I am 3 weeks old in America. Okay, I have to go back for the other question. How do I deal with the language barrier? I am 3 weeks old in America. My friend, unajua kitu inaitwa confidence? Have you ever had something called confidence? The only way to survive in America is confidence. Secondly, you need to go to YouTube, and there is someone there who teaches people how to change to the American accent. Not like in full, but it will help you so much to be able to pronounce names or words the way they pronounce them. That's gonna ease your life and it's gonna lessen your headache. People think we want to twang. Oh, why are you twanging? That is a Kikuyu American accent. I don't know why you people go there and you start twanging. My friend, we don't twang. We are trying to lessen the headache. You don't want to be here calling a mango, a good example. We Kenyans, at least we say mago. We didn't even, there is nowhere you even pronounced the N. The N is silent. You're gonna stay there a whole day trying to explain amago to an American. They cannot get it. What do? You have to adapt. It is only a fool who is not ready to adapt to the new changes. It is either the new changes is gonna finish you or you will adapt to it. That is the truth. So, mago, that is not something known to Americans. But if you say mango, they will get it. If you say Let's say, for example, you wanted to say something like you can say water. They will still understand. By the way, you don't have to say it water. They will still understand water, but you have to say the R at the end. You say water. You have to learn that. So another thing is another word that is commonly confused. Whenever you have a word that needs R to be brought out, you still have to do that. Let's say I want to say, I heard them. That is our Kenyan language. I heard them. So I needed to say, I heard them. I did hear them. I heard them. If you tell an American I heard them, they understand H-A-D. H-A-D, had. If you want to say gumu as in hard, it has to pronounce as that. Other than that, you will struggle until Jesus comes, the second coming. And Jesus gonna find you there, still struggling to communicate with them. Okay? Can I get a prepaid American cell phone line that goes on roaming? What for? Because the only way I hear people asking for an American line is for them to use it for bad purposes. That is, if you're not living in America, you do not deserve to have an American line, because the American line has to be registered by someone who is in America. So how are you going to acquire a line in America if you're not living in America? But if you live in America, you will physically go to the store, register your line with your ID, and then your address, and probably then you can go. If you go outside America, it can roam, if I answered your question. Other than that, if you are asking about those questions, people asking them to provide them with a number, American number, so that they can use them to fraud people's accounts. No. I don't know if that is what you asked. So, can you share Mr. Kigera contact? I will pin it down there. How do I deal? Okay, I answered that. What's the best option for adjustment of visa from visitor visa? Unless you get married, a visitor visa is not adjustable, but it can be adjusted to a school visa. That is the only thing I know. You can adjust your visitor visa to a school visa. But, my friend, you have to show that you are capable of paying the school. Very, very much money. A lot of money to remain as an international student. So you can come here with a visitor visa and then you transfer it to a student visa, which is going to cost you a lot of bank statement to show that you can foot for their fees, right? To keep you in school. As you have just mentioned about Mr. Kigera, I was looking for that video, which you were appreciating him. How can I reach out to him? Cyber services, my interview coming up July. I'm going to pin down Mr. Kigera's number down here on this video, and I'll pin it. I said pin. So it's going to be the first comment. You will find it. I never did Form 6, only Form 4. Guy, only Form 4 and later 1 year. Mr. Ekesa Media, I told you, you don't have to do Form 6. Nobody requires you to do Form 6 in order for you to apply for DV lottery. You only need a high school degree, period. I hope now you understand, because you have kept on asking me the same question 7 times. Okay? Slow down, breathe in and out, listen to understand. Okay? Let me tell you something about visitor visa that, people don't tell you the whole truth. And that is why I tell people, whenever a person asks you for money to bring you here as a visitor, B1, B2 visa, just understand that you are not supposed to work. You're going to be working illegally. You cannot not also go back home as you wish. Even if your mother dies, you won't go. Because if you exit and you have already violated the visa stay, you can't come back again, I think, up until 10 years later. So, a visitor visa is very risky, more than what people know. If you have kids back home, you come here with a visitor visa, you start working illegally, of course. Or you come here and then you be advised to go and hang yourself. Hang yourself. So when you hang yourself, you give yourself to the government under asylum. You start seeking asylum. Because you cannot seek asylum when you are outside the country, you can at the very minimal conditions and so much evidence to process that. Okay? But if you come here and then you go seek asylum, you came here with a B visitor visa, you go seek asylum. Asylum can take over 10 years to go through. Those 10 years, remember you seek asylum because you cannot go back to your home country. That means you cannot go back to your home country. So, before you seek asylum, ask yourself if there are other ways that you can go around it. Asylum will tie you here for over 10 years, 16 years, 20 years. What people do is that they, in the process, get spouses to marry them. They get married and they now become green card holders through the spouse. So the fastest way is to get ampedwa. You get a spouse, you do a wedding, a legal wedding. That is a legal wedding, meaning you're gonna go through the right steps, and that person will petition for you. You will be their beneficiary. You will get a green card through them. Okay? All right. But that person has to be a US citizen. Anything else, guys? Any other question? So I need people to understand what it is to come with a visitor visa and decide to stay here illegally or seek asylum. It is a process that goes from 10 years and up. Okay? And you cannot go home to your home country. Already, wewe ni mkimbizi. You are running away. You cannot. Yeah, thank you so much, Owen. That is a good idea because I know of people who are living in the up country and they are making millions of money off of farming. And remember, you won't have to spend money for food. For example, I pay over $1,000 a month for my food. I repeat, over 1,000. And it is not like we eat like kings here. No, but food is very expensive. It is a high time people would think about changing lives and becoming the farmers instead of them going for the already farmed produce in the market. We need to increase, we need to get more farmers than we need to get produce from the market because the economy is not adding up. My friend, I see people complaining about the Kenyan economy. At least that is where I come from. But imagine in America, the economy is so bad. It is so bad such that you go to the grocery store with $200, but you come back home with only 1 week food. 1 week food for $200. Before COVID 2020, we used to go to the store with $100 and you will come out with a full cart of food. It is not there anymore. So sad. Yes, yes, asylum is not easy. Asylum is not a process of 2 years. Asylum is not a process of 3 years. Asylum is not a process of 4 years. It is a process of unlimited years. You don't have a specific day that you know your case will go through. But what you leave doing, they give you a work permit. Once you give yourself to as an asylum seeker, you get a work permit. As long as you have a work permit in America, you can do work. You can work legally now. But going back home, forget about it. Whether your mom died, whether your dad died, whether your siblings died, you won't be able to go back home. Okay? More questions, guys. Please like my video, guys. Please like my video. If I come on DV and left kids who are over 21, are there any ways to petition for them? Or just come and invite them as visitors and then they go back after the visit period. Here's the thing. When you have kids over the age of 21, they're supposed to apply for green card by themselves. When you are here, Jesus Christ. When you are here as a green card holder and you have kids back home, you cannot petition for them to come with green card when they are over the age of 21. But when you come here, like my dad is here, I'm petitioning for him to come, to be here, to hold a green card, to be a green card holder. He can be able, I don't know how this works, it's still a confusion to me too. He can be able to petition for my siblings. And me, as a green card holder, I can be able to petition for my siblings, but it's gonna take up to 10 years for the case to go through. So if my siblings here, if I came here and right away, a petition for my siblings, as soon as I became a US citizen, that is, I became a US citizen 2020, right now it will be 4 years. So it will be only 6 years until they get called to the embassy. I mean, to interview, to come here 10 years later or more. When you come here as a parent, you are not able to petition for your kids that are over 21. They can only come to visit you if they let them, or they play green card, or they bring themselves here with other means. You know, they can come here to go to school. They can come here to do business or something. Any other method can bring them there, but you cannot petition for them when they are over the age of 21. I don't know why they put it that way, and it is very hard. Ekesa, I don't know your equivalent to high school. You can check online, please. I don't know the Ugandan system. Yeah, I only got my lights yesterday because my house technically was burning and the electrical system was totally destroyed. So they had to do a new electrical wiring, a new meter box, and a new everything, including the wire that joins from the post to my house. The wiring inside my house had to be repaired with a new one, and it took them 8 hours of 2 people working on it. So it took me longer because after they did the new wiring, according to the law, the new wiring is supposed to come and get what? They have to come and, what do we call it? I'm losing the word. They have to come and inspect the new wiring and approve it. Before then, the power people couldn't come and connect the power to my house before the new wiring was inspected and it passed the city limit. Okay? Right. Any more questions, guys? Like my video, guys, please. Like my video, guys, please. So that's it for today. And I don't know if I showed you how the power destroyed my house. Let me take you for that tour. Let me show you why I was in the dark, why I was missing for a whole week. 2020. The reason as to why I couldn't go live for a whole week is because there was a storm here, tornado, that came from Oklahoma, which is the mother of tornadoes. And Oklahoma is low-cost state, and it is also the state that can pay you very little money when you work there. The houses are very affordable, but ready to receive very little income when you work or stay in Oklahoma. So that's why I say before, do you see my spinach? Let me show you the reason as to why. I also have planted these, and they are growing, my friend. Me, I'm growing my own food here. Let me show you why we lost power for a whole week. And my power line was totally destroyed. So tuko hapa, see this one? This one was totally burnt. This is my mirror. meter box, and the reason to why it was totally destroyed, and they had to come and do a whole new wires. They had to, because they all burnt down. They even did a new earth. That is what we call earth. Those who have done electrical engineering, this is the new cable they did, because I mean the meter. This is how I get my money consumed. That is called power in kilowatts. Within a month, they're gonna send me a very heavy bill because we are cooling and it's hot. That is where they had to go up there and do everything afresh. Everything you see here is new. So you see this line here on the ground over there, and the tree over there. That is what caused a burnt the grass, because it fell. The tree fell on the line. This line you see here. Let me see if you can see it. How do I show you the line? Let me see. I don't know how to show you this line, this power line. Okay. I need to be. I'm trying to show you the power line that was destroyed. Let me pull this a little bit. So you see this wire here. That wire that goes from my house all the way to that transformer over there, it got hit by this tree. So this tree fell on it. You see this tree? This tree over here fell on it, and because it was live, with my grass got burnt. This is an effect. Oops. Okay, let me show you the tree that fell on us, and my house started catching fire. So is my neighbor. Let me turn this. Why am I even not turning this? That's why I'm struggling here. So you see this tree, this big tree here? This is what hit my wire that connects power to the house. It's a very huge tree, and this is part of the tree that fell. So this impact, this hit that cable over here. This cable you see here, it was hit, and we lost power, and it sounded like a bomb. Power is electricity is very dangerous. This cable is new now. They came and put a new wire, not cable, a new wire, so that we can recover our electricity back. And that is the transformer here. And this one supplies almost all my neighbors, but my unfortunate incident was here. Do you see this tree? Do you see this section over here? Let me panda here, like wanja. Ooh, dikagwe. So, what happened? This tree fell from here. It fell from this tree. This tree is my neighbor's, and the reason as to why these trees in America just fall, we have two types of trees. We have this one. This type is very dangerous. In case any wind comes, they just fall. They just fall because of this reason. Most of American trees, they have a hole inside. They have a hole inside, and they decay even as they are growing. This tree over here that fell, this is the piece that fell. So this piece that fell, oops, this tree that fell, it has a hole. This is the hole. So whenever wind comes, this tree, even though it's living, it's alive. Sisi tukiona, we think it's alive. The wind, it cannot stand the wind because it has a hole and it's decomposing. It's already decomposing even if it is living. So this is the disaster that we went through, and that is why I had to stay away from streaming. We didn't have any internet, because if you don't have power, you don't have internet, for a whole week. Another good example is this. You see this tree here? It is okay from the upward, but when we go to the base of the tree, it has a hole. It is already drying in a way, and it has a hole, that hole. So when the wind comes, it is very easy for this tree to go down. So we have these types of trees here too. These are the best because they will never be defeated by a storm. And I don't know why in America we have so many trees, yet they are around power lines, as you can see here. It doesn't make no sense to me. They are around power lines and they know they do fall. So I don't get it. We have good trees and bad trees, but most of them are the bad trees. But a tree like this one is very strong. No wind can bring this tree down. This is some type of cypress, I guess. So yeah, that's why I couldn't do any video, because when you don't have internet, you don't have nothing. You don't even have power. And this is my farming here going on well. You see? My dokoma is dokomaing. Oh my God, this is so beautiful, my friends. Now imagine you farming in Texas, and you have a big farm. This is just my kitchen gardens that my father do. This is the reason why we don't have money in America. This is one of the reasons why we don't have money in America. For this thing to do the thing it's doing, it's consuming my money. This is my money now moving around. Guy, can you turn the pressure? My spinach are doing so good. And we actually sold some. I sold some. You see? Yeah. Last week, this week, just this week, I was able to sell some amount here. Imagine we have enough to even sell. So I sold that part. I sold $50, and then I gifted that money to my dad because it is him who does the job. So $50. And then I did not cut all of them. I still have this, and I'm gonna put it in the market and sell it and give him the money. You know, all I can do is to cut the ones that I want to eat, but for selling, I'm gonna have him have the money. These are my cabbage. They are doing so good. So good. So good. So this sukuma wiki here, I want them to stop growing taller and start growing stronger. So I'm not gonna, my dad said he won't be putting some water anymore so that they stop growing taller and start now getting wide leaves. I also have gitogoro. I have some onions that I did plant. And these ones over here are some terere, amaranth, and managu. So I'm gonna do this work today. I'm gonna transfer this and plant it in different places so that they can have a room to grow. That spinach over there, you can see it's from last year. They still sprout. After the snow, they come back up again. And we also got some more tomato trees. We have more tomato trees here, and they are almost there. They're even flowering. So there is no single reason as to why you shouldn't plant a few. And we also have marenge. I don't know pumpkin seeds, pumpkin plants. We have them, and we have potatoes growing here. All right. So I can only imagine me being in the village or the country, up country, and doing farming in large. You know, when we come to America, we only think we have to be always. We think it's like a life that we are supposed to live, whereby we are always clean, we are in the cars, I don't know what, but all that is a wrong perception. Make life what you want it to be. Design your life the way you want it, and then your goals cannot be anybody else's goals, so your path cannot be everybody's path. You can take a different path. As long as you are happy, as long as you are getting what you want, you are good to go. You are good to go. So guys, it was nice. Let me turn the camera. It was nice catching up with you guys. Thank you so much. And before you exit, if you haven't liked this video, please like it for me, and I'll see you next on the next video. Bye. Someone's question here. Let me answer it because it was a Q&A. Let me sit down. Dereva wa kwanyenda omodene someone question. I don't want to skip any question. Okay, the question is, someone is asking, honest, hi Essie, if I just want to visit US then go back Kenya, which visa, how long, and requirements? If you want to just come visit America, you use a visitor visa. You apply for a visitor visa. You go to the US embassy .com. .gov. You apply for a visitor visa. How much? I don't know how many USD. It depends with where you are from. If you are from South Africa, it's gonna be certain amount South African money. But for the Kenyan application fee for B1, last time I checked, it was like 25,000. I don't know if it is more than that. It used to be, yeah, 25,000. I don't know the current charges for visitor visa. If you know, type it down here. So yeah, and how long and requirements. What do you mean by how long? How long what? The visa will take all. The visa, how long it gonna take you before they call you for the interview depends with the time that you booked. For example, let's say you wanna come to America this August. It is almost impossible. Why? Because there are people who have already booked on the calendar, and June, July is already booked up. So whenever you're gonna get the appointment day will depend with if the days are booked or not. That is the best I can answer that. The requirements for visitor visa, you're gonna be required a lot of proof that if they give you the visa, you will go back home. That is where so many people don't understand. For you to be granted a visa that you will come to America, you need to have a lot of proof that you have so many attachments back home such that you cannot come to America to just stay here. You need to go back home, or they will have to see it from you that indeed you won't come here and refuse to go back home. That is the evidence you need, and that is work evidence. That is, they need to see that you are hired somewhere. There is a letter from your employer to show that they have only given you a certain period of time to stay here. Otherwise, you will lose the job. You have kids, you have a wife, you have attachments. You also need a bank statement. This also is a big, huge giant. Why? Because you cannot just deposit money today to go to the embassy tomorrow and show them a statement of your money in the bank. They can tell you told someone to deposit. It's not your money. Secondly, if you say you are coming to America to visit or to visit a friend, why would you be willing to pay the flight money, to pay the stay money and all that? The best way to place it is to say that the person who is inviting you to America will take care of your expenses while you're there, and they are also willing to pay a round-trip air ticket, whether it is true or not. Just a reminder, please don't forget to pin Mr. Kigera. Yeah, I will. Is the soil where you grow your vegetables naturally rich or you feed? No. I do natural farming, whereby the soil is the one that I dig from wherever you see them growing, and then I go to the farms and get manure. I can get donkey manure or cattle or chicken, anything. So that is what I do. All right, guys, can we leave? At Essie, are you in a position to link me with your friend in Oral Roberts? You don't need no friend to do this, my friend, because not all people will be willing for a back and forth questions, and they are busy. What you do is go to the school website. Any single question that you have, even if you think it's stupid, email the school. The school will guide you through, because they are looking for students. So talking with a person who has been there or is there is not even as much helpful as what you would get directly from the school. Okay? Go to Oral Roberts website, university. There is an email provided there. Ask every single question. Whether you think it's stupid or not, there are no stupid questions. So just go ask. They will answer you. It's okay. Now I think we are all done. Like my video as you exit, guys. Like my video as you exit. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. I don't take it for granted. Let us keep on keeping on, because we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Thank you so much, guys.